Hey, good evening and happy second day of fall and happy Friday to every single one of you representing USA, Canada, worldwide, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging with the 85th episode of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show. We got a jam packed show, an exciting episode for you today. First off, we're live and direct from StreamYard, YouTube, and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. Of course, make sure you turn on your notifications on the gram for me so you can keep track on when each episode is going to be dropping every week. So Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, these episodes are going to be dropping on every streaming platform. And speaking of platforms, you missed any previous episodes, new and latest, don't worry, I got your back. In the meantime, go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube right now. Tap that noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream, and of course, the episodes are uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. And make sure you leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and the topics of music artists, TV shows, movies, um, games that's going to be reviewed, and sometimes podcast shows as well. And also, make sure you spread the word and tell a friend to another friend. Word of mouth is important, and I'll handle the rest of the stuff on where you can listen, stream, and watch at the end of each show episode. All right. Today's episode, we're going to be reviewing two music artists actually. One is a legend, which I didn't even know he was part of a group called Blackstreet, and of course, today's episode is titled um, "I Got the Sauce, You Got the Sauce," which is dedicated to Minnie Sauce, representing Brooklyn. So, so first things first, we go to a little segment that I like that I like to call, and be sure you grab your glasses, your water, your drinks, your sodas, your juices, mimosas, whatever it is, and take a sip of this music Kool-Aid of what we're about to get into right now. Let's do this. All right, Dave Hollister. Let's let's go to him. All right, so David Lee Chain Hollister, born August 17, 1968, is an American R&B singer who found fame during the 1990s as one quarter of the R&B quartet Blackstreet, which I didn't even know he was part of Blackstreet. Um, yeah. Before going on to have a solo career, Hollister is best known for his 2000 gold certified album Chicago '85, the movie, which included the singles One Woman Man and Take Care of Home. He was also featured on Tupac Shakur's hit singles Brenda's Got a Baby and Keep Your Head Up. Hmm, that's a little fun fact right here. Let's see. Okay, so let's get into this discography right here. So, Ghetto Hymns is the solo debut studio album by an American contemporary R&B singer, Dave Hollister. It was released by DreamWorks Records on May 25th, 1999 in the United States, his first effort after his success with Blackstreet. The album was co-produced by Hollister and Eric Sermon, excuse me. It peaked at number 34 on the U.S. Billboard 200, and of course, obviously, the singles is My Favorite Girl, Can't Stay, Baby Mama Drama, and of course, All Music gave it 4 stars. Three singles were released from the album: My Favorite Girl, Can't Stay, and Baby Mama Drama. My Favorite Girl is Hollister's only hit to date on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 39 in 1999. Um, the album was certified gold on March 6, 2000. In addition to original songs, the album contains covers of the Michael McDonald song I Keep Forgetting Every Time You Are Near, and the Twinkle Clark Terrell song In Him There Is No Sorrow. Ooh. And the track listing goes like this: Ghetto Hymns featuring Redman, Came in the Door Pimpin' featuring Too Short, My Favorite Girl, Round and Round, Baby Mama Drama, It's Alright, um, Cheetahoo, Can't Stay, Bring It to Dave, Call on Me, Missing You, Keep Forgetting, Come Inside My Room, Interlude, The Program, My Feelings, Respect to Him, I'm Sorry, My Favorite Girl remix. All right, so sample credits came in came in the door. Pimpin' contains a sample of Tom's Diner by Suzanne Vega. Call on Me contains a sample of Soul Shadows by the Crusaders featuring Bill Withers. Okay, weekly charts. U.S. Billboard 200. Peak position. 34. U.S. top R&B hip hop albums. Billboard gives it the fifth position. Year-end charts, 1999. U.S. top R&B hip hop albums, Billboard, position 75. Chart 2000, U.S. top R&B hip hop albums, Billboard, 84. And of course, from the United States, it went gold, 500,000 certified units in sales. All right, next music discography to talk about here is Chicago 85, the movie. Chicago 85, the movie is the second studio album by American contemporary R&B singer Dave Hollister. It was released by DreamWorks Records on November 21st, 2000 in the United States, produced by Hollister himself. It peaked at number 49 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and number 10 on the top R&B hip hop albums chart. Now the singles goes on One Woman Man, released October 14th, 2000. Take Care of Home, April 2nd, 2001. All Music gave it 3 stars. Two singles were released from the album, One Woman Man and Take Care of Home. One Woman Man was the most successful single from the album, peaking at number 44 on the Billboard Hot 100. Chicago 85, the movie was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America on February 14, 2001. And the track listing goes like this: Interlude, Keep on Loving, Take Care of Home, One Woman Man, We've Come Too Far, You Can't You Can't Say, Your Baby's Daddy, Don't Take My Girl Away, Destiny, Doing Wrong, On the Side, A Woman Will, I Don't Want to Be a Hustler, I'm Not Complete. And Doing Wrong contains a sample of Cape Wrath by Maurice Mullen. Now we go to the weekly charts. Hang on a minute here. Hang on a minute here. Now we go to the weekly charts. Now we go to the weekly charts. U.S. Billboard 200 gives it the peak position 49. U.S. top R&B hip hop albums Billboard gives the peak position a 10. Year end charts. U.S. Billboard 200 146 is the position. U.S. top R&B hip hop albums Billboard 41. And we go to the certification. United States RIAA certification is gold and certified units is 5,000 in sales. Things in the game done changed is the third studio album by American singer Dave Hollister. It was released by Goodfellas Entertainment and Motown Records on September 17th, 2002 in the United States. Um, and let's get to the critical reception of this. Um, All Music gives it 3 stars. All Music editor Dan Leroy wrote that despite its title, things in the game done changed doesn't mark any substantial shift in Hollister's formula. He still favors repetitive tunes rooted in gospel, substituting the ebb and flow of his powerful pipes for catchy hooks and melodies. There's still no hit that would give Hollister the recognition his voice deserves, but he's finally made an album as rock solid as his singing style. Ooh. Here goes the track listings. Things done, things in the game done changed. It's okay. What's a man to do? My everything, baby, do those things. For you, one addiction, no ordinary love, um, love hate relationship. Tell me why. What should I say? I'm wrong. Tonight, no one else. We're gonna make it. Keep loving you remix featuring AZ. My Everything contains a sample from Promise Me as performed by Luther, the late great Luther Vandross. Keep Loving You remix contains elements of In All My Wildest Dreams as performed and written by Joe Sample. And we go to the chart for 2002. U.S. Billboard 200 gives the peak position of 10. U.S. top R&B hip hop albums Billboard gives it a 3 peak position. And Real Talk is the fourth studio album by American singer Dave Hollister. It was released by DreamWorks Records on November 11, 2003 in the United States. And we go to the critical reception. All Music gives it 4.5 stars. All Music editor Andy Kellman found that this fourth album is only outshined by Ghetto Hymns as Hollister's best. It's a lean album with plenty of dimensions and little in the way of wasted moments. Hollister makes every second count, and while there might be a few lines that make you scratch your head, as such as "I need you as bad as old folks need soft shoes." Real talk, forges the singer's status as one of the most consistent down to earth figures in contemporary R&B. Um, and the track listings goes like this: The Big Payback, Bad When You Broke, Never Gonna Change, Good Old Ghetto, Real Talk, Reason with Your Body, Winning with You featuring R and La, Karma, Case is Closed, Almost, I Lied, Please Tonight. The Big Payback occurs the sample credits. The Big Payback contains a sample of the Big Payback performed by the late great James Brown. 2003 charts. US Billboard 200 gives the peak position of 42. US top R&B and hip hop albums Billboard the peak position 23. The Book of David Volume 1. The Transition is the fifth studio album by American singer Dave Hollister. It was released by Gospel Centric Records and the Zomba label group on September 26, 2006 in the United States. Critical reception by All Music. All Music gives it four and a half stars. All Music editor Andy Kellman felt that the album really isn't that much different from the singer's past releases. Hollister has a newfound focus, and the subject matter often takes on a slightly more pronounced turn for the spiritual, but the tracks bump and sway as much as any other set he has released. Besides, the detectable changes shouldn't shock anyone who has followed him. He came up in the church, and both of his parents were preachers. The album lacks the beneficial brevity of 2003's Real Talk and meanders during the second half beyond that. It is just as appealing as anything else in the man's catalog and should not be disregarded by virtue of its label of release. Track listing goes like this. The preface, excuse me. Um, Nothing but God. The intro, help me. So many scars, questions. Pray till I get an answer. Drama, divorce, the settlement, my pain. What do you do? Where are you? Answer me. Reach out to me. I let heaven down the morning after. The potter, I've changed. No one. Take me back. And the closing. And the chart for 2006, US Billboard 200 gives it a peak position of 98. US Top Gospel Albums Billboard gives it a 1. US Top R&B and Hip Hop Albums Billboard gives it a 13. And let's see. Witness Protection is the sixth studio album by American singer Dave Hollister. It released by Gospel Centric Records and the Zomba label group on August 5th, 2008 in the United States. And All Music gives it 4 stars. All Music editor Andre Farias wrote that on Witness Protection, Hollister doesn't skimp on slickness because he's found God. On the contrary, the album offers some of the most true to form R&B confections gospel has seen in 2008. Hollister keeps things um, un- unabashedly grown and sexy here. His lover man tendencies haven't gone anywhere, with a mature vibe that recalls former colleagues Genuine, Avant, and Jaheim. Track listing goes like this. I'm here, glow, more of you, standing, striving, I know I can. Church, the greatest, don't stop, calm the seas, look up, secret place, bless me, you are, just worship, champion featuring Javon Hill. And we go to the chart for 2008. US Billboard 200 gives it the peak position 88. US Top Gospel albums Billboard gives it a 2. US Top R&B Hip Hop albums Billboard gives it a 9. Let's see. Chicago Wins. The saga continues. Is a studio album by American singer Dave Hollister. It was released by E1 Music on October 21st, 2014 in the United States. Um, okay, critical reception. All Music gives it 4.5 stars. All Music and editor Andy Kellman found that Chicago Wins. The saga continues is a solid and consistent release that shows Hollister in top form, singing about relatable common man issues with the same level of conviction heard in his best work. No less than half of the songs can contend with the career highlights selected for the 20th Century Masters compilation. And though some longtime fans may miss the streetwise swagger of the earlier work, they can at least respect that Hollister has matured, remained an excellent singer, and isn't trying to be anyone but himself. That's really true, actually. That's really true, and I actually agree with this shit. Track listing goes like this: Spend the night. I'm different. I'm waiting. Cold. Wish you well. Chicago Wins. Afraid to lose. Done. Take this picture. Neverland. Spend the night. Teddy Riley remix. Um, yeah. The I'm different track is a little different from Two Chains' track. It's a little different. It's a little different vibe. So it's not that, folks. just putting it out there though. Okay. So U.S. Billboard 200 gives it a peak position 110. U.S. Independent Albums Billboard gives it 19 peak position. And of course, U.S. Top R&B Hip Hop Albums Billboard gives it 21. And let's see. Um, all right. The Manuscript is the studio album by American singer Dave Hollister. It was released by Shanachi Records in collaboration with Conjunction Entertainment and Top Notch Music on September 9th, 2016. All Music gives it 4 stars. All Music editor Andy Kellman wrote that, as with his best work, Hollister carries himself with easygoing, modest certitude. Hollister is ideally matched with his supporting collaborators, with whom he made what he calls a guide for men, though it does not come across as some grandly designed concept album. It's simple, straightforward set that largely adheres to polished, soul-rooted R&B, with Hollister doing no, excuse me, doling out advice and relating tales, inspired as ever by the likes of Sam Cooke and Bobby Womack without pulpiting. Track listing goes like this: Definition of a Woman, Receipts featuring Angie Stone, Creation, um, Her, Ooh Ya Ya, Shortage, Blind, One Great Love, Barbershop. Not the movie, folks. Not the fucking movie. Let him. Geometry. Oh, damn. Geometry. Oh man, geometry. Listen, I hated geometry when I was in fucking college, though, man. It was very very complex and confusing, and I know I know many of you out there who was like, why are we taking geometry? It has nothing to do with the career choices that we make. You know what I mean? Oh shit. Um yeah, so chart 2016 US independent albums Billboard gives it the peak position 48. US top R&B hip hop albums Billboard gives it 29. No, all right, and um, and of course, United tenures with Fred Hammond, Eric Robertson, Courtney Wilson. Of course, released April 19, 2013. Label RCA Inspiration. Of course, peak position in the US is 39 and gospel is 1. Damn, nothing for R&B? No wonder everybody's saying. No wonder everybody's fucking saying that R&B is dead. Oh man. I gotta get somebody on one of my podcast platforms to actually, discuss this whole thing with what's going on with R and B and stuff. Because I feel because here's the thing, folks. Because I hear this all the time, like how R and B it R and B is dead and stuff. Because the thing is, you're not hearing from the same people all the time. You got different people that's like so-called R&B artists, but they use auto tunes to actually to actually pretend to rap sing, which is very confusing for me. Unlike T Pain, so I'm not gonna get into too much of it in this episode right here. So you know what I mean. Yo, you know what I mean, man. Okay. Okay, so let me see. All right, so not no information for US R&B and US gospel for Lost Tapes, which was released September 16, 2003. Label Urban Soul, format CD, digital and downloaded. Um, Definite collection released August 22nd, 2006. Label UMG Hip O, not hippo, hip O. Oh man. Oh man. Format CD, digital and download. And US is 140 and US R&B 21. Damn. Damn. Of course everybody's gonna say R&B is dead. Because you're not hearing from the same people like Black Streets, the Teddy Rileys, the Baby Faces, and all these other R&B artists that we heard over the years, though. But R&B has changed, just like hip hop, just like fucking the party music, the EDMs, and all that other stuff that actually changed and shit, though, man. Like, like you know what I'm saying? Even rap changed too. You know what I mean? I think, look, I think sometimes, you're not gonna find, R&B songs always on radio stations being played because they do play the same stuff as far as like what they put on their playlist. Look, the way it works with radio stations, you gotta pay to get your song played. That's pretty much what that is, though, folks. For those of you who want to be music artists and stuff like that, be prepared to fucking pay out of your asses to radio stations to get your shit played. While you have other music artists that don't really rely on radio stations as much because the whole radio industry has fucking changed. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what my take on this whole this whole crazy notion that R&B is dead. That's what the same people said about hip hop being dead by Nas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like like it's crazy to me, man. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. None of that shit, man. But this is just beyond me. And I digress on that shit though, man. Anyway, so the best of Dave Hollister was released August 12th, 2008. Label UMG. Hip O, not hippo. The animal with the big fat ass. Oh man. Um oh my goodness. Format CD, digital and download, and US R&B is 51. Wow. Yes. Okay. Now that I got the whole Dave Hollister caliber out the way, let's get into some mini sauce. I did get a chance to listen to some singles of hers actually, so let's get into that right now. Actually, um, in the meantime, okay, so for those of you who may not know who Minnie Sauce is a Brooklyn, New York native who is that's a music artist, and she has some singles that I got a chance to listen to, which is Pink, Pussy Splash, Wi-Fi, Rollin', and Zilch, which she just dropped this year. So you can listen to her music on every streaming platform, including Spotify and YouTube Music and wherever you get your music. All right. Now, yeah, just a little quick. You know what I'm saying? Up next is the most recent film on Netflix. It's called Day Shift. And we're gonna get into a little thing. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Hang on a minute here. Yeah, we're gonna get into a little thing that I like to call the chillax um man cave popcorn lounge segment. And Day Shift is part of it. So let's get into it right now. All right. Day Shift is a 2022 American vampire film directed by J.J. Perry in his directorial debut with a screenplay Tyler Tice and Shay Hatton based on a story by Tice. The film stars Jamie Foxx, one of the best actors and comedians and host of Be Shazam, by the way. Dave Franco, Natasha Liu, Bordizzo, Megan Good, Carla Souza, Steve Howie, Scott Atkins, and Snoop Dogg. That's also featured in there as well. So the budget was $100. Um, Day Shift was released on August 12th, 2022 by Netflix. The film received mixed reviews from critics. Um, damn. Let's see. All right, let's go to the reception of this movie. So, on the review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, 56% of 125 critics gave the film a positive review, with an average rating of 5.6 out of 10. The critical consensus reads Game stars and an appealingly goofy premise aren't enough to make up for Day Shift's uninspired action comedy hijinks. Well, Metacritic gave the film a weighted average score of 51 out of 100, based on 33 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Michael Ordonia of the Los Angeles Times called the film a damn delight. A damn delight. Oh my gosh. Yeah, a damn delight, and said, and quote, one would be tempted to call it the best horror comedy of 2022 so far, but it mixes so many genres. It's more like 2022's best horror buddy cop cartel drama, bounty hunter martial arts action comedy so far. Lovier Gayake of the Hollywood Reporter called it a rambunctious, strange, and occasionally humorous action thriller comedy. Owen Gleiberman of Variety found the film agreeable at first, but until it starts to be just convoluted enough to give you a headache, especially when the rules are applied as inconsistently as they are here. Peter Travers of ABC News wrote in quote, a slumming Jamie Foxx is cool to the max as a vampire hunter gunning down bloodsuckers in sunny LA. But you leave this goofy but mostly god awful action comedy feeling um pummeled, beaten down by an avalanche of sound and fury signifying the usual nothing. An avalanche. Oh man. Yo. Oh man. I can't believe you put avalanche in this shit though. That's really fucking funny. Oh man. Brian Lowry of CNN wrote, it's it's the kind of star driven vehicle that yields obvious benefits to Netflix, even if um qualitatively speaking, it doesn't deserve to see the light of day. God damn. Then fuck you, critics. Oh my gosh, man. All right, let me before I even go to the video game chamber segment right here. Let me just say something to to anybody that's like, upcoming actors, actresses and whatnot though, man. Look, you have a passion into making movies and TV shows and stuff, right? Don't let the critics discourage you into thinking that your stuff is trash or whatever case scenario may be. Because people who have fucking opinions about everything. I mean, don't let that stop you from following your goals and dreams. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, you're doing something that makes you happy, not for the critics. Because the critics don't pay your damn bills. Just be on your grind, your P's and Q's, and of course, you know, creatively speaking, and have that tunnel vision on you at all times. All right. Let's say we go to the video game chamber right about now, though, man. Let's do this right now, man. Let's do this. One moment, please. Um, here we are. Here we go. Um, all right, some more games coming out at the end of at the we're approaching the end of September, and of course we're heading into Halloween month of October. So let's get into it, and I'll just start off with where we left off, which is um. All right, so we have of course, Session Skate that just came out. Session Skate Sim that came out um, on September 22nd. PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. September 22nd, the Deal Field Chronicle, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, PC, September 22nd. I said I was gonna go over like maybe one or two of the no, hold on. I already did that already. I did that already. Yeah. Anyway, so of course, obviously, the DreamWorks Dragons Legends of the Nine Realms already came out. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, excuse me, and Nintendo Switch and PC already came out already. Um, Shovel Knight Dig, Nintendo Switch, PC, iOS. September 23rd already came out, which is today actually, folks. Teiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival for Nintendo Switch comes out today. Grounded, Xbox Series, Xbox One, PC comes out September 27th. Hoko Life, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC also comes out on September 27th. Also on the 27th is Life is Strange Remastered Collection, Nintendo Switch. The fridge is red. I didn't know the fridge was red in real life. Yo, oh man. And the Legend of Heroes, Trails from Zero, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, PC, also comes out on the 27th. And Tunic, which also comes out on the 27th, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch. And let's go over the review and the gameplay in the meantime. So, Tunic brilliantly captures the feeling of that special childhood that title that made you fall in love with video games using a viral simulation of an old school guidebook. The game masterfully balances telling players almost nothing with giving them all the information they need. The result is a game brimming with genuine triumphant discovery with its every pixel stuffed with reverence for gaming as a medium. Tunic revels in its historically inspired design. Players steeped in the hobby's traditions will find following their instincts richly rewarding as they quest through its um, gorgeous world. Impressively, Tunic also melds the charm of the past with the sensibility of modern titles. As an isometric action adventure, Tunic has a heaping helping of early Zelda games with generous handfuls of the Souls titles thrown in for good measure. It's a winning combination. Um, the real time combat had me tackling foes by watching for offensive openings while keeping a careful eye on my stamina. Um, every swing, dodge, or block took a chunk of the bar, Mercifully, low stamina never kept me from attacking, but I did take more damage when the bar ran out. The distinctly relaxing music introduces an intriguing contrast to the tough battles and the chill beats to fight to vibes take the sting out of being viciously cut down, as does the world's simple but beautiful visual aesthetic. Dying meant dropping a portion of the hard earned currency I'd won from my victories. The nice thing about Tunic, though, is that you never lose everything. So you can run directly back to the spot you died to regain the contents of your wallet. Or you can spend what you have on items to give you an edge. Um, for those turned off by this kind of gameplay, Tunic offers players of all kinds the chance to enjoy its combat system, as the accessibility options include a no fail mode and the ability to turn off stamina restrictions. The Souls like combat is intense, but the challenge feels satisfying rather than punishing, though a few later bosses definitely gave me trouble. Each boss has its own feel with different attack patterns to study, but most play out similarly. An imposing challenger does its best to take you down in a closed off battlefield. That means no running away from the conflict. Tunic's fighting is great, but the discovery and exploration might be its most impressive elements. Your adventure is linear, but its myriad paths contain branches that split off into more branches and then more still. No matter which direction I went in, the destination was usually noteworthy, with some paths unexpectedly leading me to new objectives or undiscovered late game arenas. No, excuse me, areas. It made the world feel boundless, which is a commendable feat for a game made up of strictly defined pathways. Every route was also packed with things to uncover, and there were an unbelievable number of treasure chests. Many of these were seemingly inaccessible until I noticed an inconspicuously hidden passage or used some clever combination of its items to get where I needed. Without resorting to busy work puzzles, Tunic constantly compelled me to feel proud of my puzzle solving skills. And an amazing display of unintrusive design, the sense of discovery didn't stop once I'd collected my prize. Some things like the sword of the very Zelda esque key items that opened new zones or allowed me to get past obstacles were self explanatory. However, others, which I won't spoil, were complete mysteries. One of my favorite moments from the game involved a curiously mundane object that didn't seem to do anything. Later in my journey, a wild idea popped into my head on what it might be for. Thinking to myself, there was no way I was right. I tested my theory and was greeted by surprising success. I audibly celebrated my accomplishment along with the developer's skill in designing a wonderful aha moment. I like the aha part. That's crazy. That's yeah. I wasn't left entirely without guidance. However, Tunic's gameplay is inextricably linked to collecting the pages of an instruction booklet scattered throughout the world. Despite being predominantly filled with unreadable glyphs, the nostalgia inspiring manuals somehow contain all the information I ever needed to know about Tunic. If I paid close attention, one page might demonstrate combat mechanics, while another serves as a map. And still another could give a veiled look at the game's narrative. As I uncovered more pages, I discovered there was actually an entire section dedicated to the story. But the snatches of largely incomprehensible text didn't tell the whole tale. Despite its lack of transparency, Tunic still paints a compelling narrative picture that gave me a sense of what was happening, but also left a lot of details up to my interpretation, which I enjoyed. Looking closely at the manual, I quickly realized there were um, copious handwritten pearls of wisdom scribbled in margins. This gave me the sense that I had received Tunic along with its booklet from an older sibling, a friend, or a secondhand store and had inadvertently gained access to secret knowledge. I studied the pamphlet's official print as well as the helpful, if obscure, ink scrawled, hence meticulously, and the game constantly rewarded me for it. If I ever got stuck at any point in my quest, the answer was somewhere in the pages. I love when a game includes me as the player in its meta narrative. With this conceit, Tunic invoked my youthful memories of inheriting games and mixed those real world experiences into the gameplay, making my connection to the game deeper and more personal. While Tunic is an experience I would recommend to any player, that obscureness that makes it uniquely rewarding can also lead to genuine frustration. Mostly, the game is so well designed that it is easy, especially in the beginning, to find answers or check out a different avenue while puzzling something out. But when I got stuck near the end of the game, I couldn't simply run down another path, and my progress slowed to a halt. However, this was a rare exception to the overall sparkling experience. And my frustration gave way to admiration when I discovered the easy to miss secret I'd been glossing over had been right there in the booklet the whole time. The developer's attention to detail and the work poured into those collectible pages is remarkable. I was constantly veering off from the main quest to track something down or look into a newly discovered path. And so it took me about 20 hours to roll credits. Despite that, I know there's still a lot for me to do in the game. And I'm excited to go back and to find every secret and experience everything its aesthetically striking world has to offer. Um, Tunic is a stunning achievement that manages to embody the best of nostalgia while being completely refreshing. It's absolutely a must play gem. Um, of course, yeah. Okay, here we go. Um, all right. Let me see what we have. Okay. Okay. Um, up, also coming up is Deathverse, Let It Die, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, September 28th, Brewmaster PC, September 29th, Door from Mantic. Nintendo Switch, September 29th. Also coming out September 29th is Let's Build a Zoo for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Moonbreaker. Oh man. Moonbreaker also is coming out on PC on the 29th of September. And another there's like a few games coming out on the 29th. Wow. Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous for Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Um, Picross S8, Nintendo Switch, September 29th. Um, Valkyrie Elysium, um, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and I'm not talking about the Matt Damon movie Elysium, although it's not related to that shit. Anyway, FIFA 23 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, um, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, September 30th. My Little Pony, A Maritime Bay Adventure, PlayStation 5, September 20th. Witchy Life Story, PC, September 30th. All right, so I think I'm gonna wrap up this. I'm gonna wrap this up right now, man. Um, yes. Before I get up out of here, man, if you are more than welcome to make a charitable donation to support this show right here. Um, whatever amount of money you are comfortable giving will be appreciated. You don't need a lot of money to show more support to a person that's doing a weekly podcast show. All right. So do not get it twisted on whether you need a lot of money to do that. You don't. So yes. It's so you can donate to Anchor and you can also donate to my Cash App, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. No, actually, G Money Stacks 555. Sorry. That's dollar sign capital G, lowercase MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. All right. Now that I got that out the way, let's go to the very last segment, which is one of my favorites right now. Stream choices on the go. Let's go. Yes, you like what you heard in today's episode or any previous episodes whatsoever. Please show your love by following Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast on the gram, which is yeah, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. The review shows on the gram. You can also follow my my other show, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks Podcast, the Sports Edition show. And you can also follow my number one show, which I just dropped episode 186 already, titled Batgirl Dumped. And you can follow the New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Amongst other myself on the primary handle, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Be sure to turn on your notifications for details on when each episode is going to be dropping, which is Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. That's Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, all right? By the time I finish with this episode, it'll be out tomorrow. It'll be out tomorrow on all streaming platforms, including YouTube, which I will get to next. Um, so, without further ado, oh, by the way, folks, if you like to leave a voice message, you're more than welcome to actually do that. You can go to the link in bio where it's as Linktree/Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, and it's going to take you to a whole list of audio streaming platforms where you can listen, stream, and watch these episodes on every streaming platform. And of course, obviously, you can the voice message you could actually record that on anchor.fm/meticulous vibe juice pod. Um that way, if you leave your voice message on there or whatever, I will be able to read your messages on the air and all other stuff. If you have any questions for me, any thoughts and talks, any ideas of different music artists, rappers, singers, hip hop artists, TV shows, movies, games, and podcasts you want me to review, I will do that actually. But let me be clear on something though. Let me be clear on something though. Um I had someone ask me to review a single. I'm not gonna say who it is on here, but I usually review music artists in terms of like the bodies of work, in terms of like not just the singles only, the but the but the EPs, the LPs, the albums, compil- compilations. That's the bodies of work that I usually review. But because I wanted to dedicate this episode to Minnie Sauce, who has some singles right now, which I did get a chance to listen to on Spotify as well. I like the relatability of storytelling. You know what I'm saying, as well as the beat and everything else. It's not really so much about being catchy. Catchy's fun, but but for her, I enjoy the substance of each song that she makes. So shout outs to Minnie Sauce. If you don't know who she is, make sure you follow Minnie Sauce on Instagram. All right. Um. So yeah. So I have to say that her music is is basically enjoyable and fun to listen to, and that's something that I appreciate from a storyteller perspective. So there it is, man. Let me make some noise for Minnie Sauce representing Brooklyn and doing her thing in the music thing right now, man. Let's do this. All right, let's get to where you can listen, stream, and watch these episodes of Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show. So, starting with Acre, we are on Audible, Audacity, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and make sure you get a chance to leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and alongside with Spotify. 5-star rating along with your feedback on your thoughts and talks on on the topics of the review of music artists, TV shows, movies, games, and sometimes podcasts. You can go um, comment there. All right. I'll read the feedback on the air, and then I'll you know do my best to make the best content of this podcast as possible. Um, you know, and and yeah, so there you have it right there. And you can also listen to Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show episodes on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. And also be sure to follow my two shows that's also on iHeartRadio as well, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the Sports Edition show. And of course, my number one show that has 186 episodes already. I just dropped 186 today. And of course, by the way, I did drop episode 84 today, actually. So make sure you go check that out as well. And finally, last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button from me and tap that noti bell on the YouTube channel page of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast Review Show. In terms of when the show goes in the air via live stream and the time of the live stream recording. And leave a like and a comment along with the episodes, with the topics that's being discussed in each episode. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Make sure you catch up on all the episodes that's been dropped and also that's been uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, the review show. All right. And also you can spread the word, tell a friend to another friend, and be sure you share the link that says Linktree/Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast alongside with the podcast show right here with your wives, your husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, your friends, and the people you're cool with from work, and along with everybody. Yes, spread the word to everybody. Most importantly, make sure you listen, stream, download these episodes, share the episodes, share the videos along with everybody. All right. And of course, have them follow this podcast show right here, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast on Instagram. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me and hanging with me on episode 85 titled I Got the Sauce, You Got the Sauce on this Friday night and the second day of fall. So, so like I always specifically say at the end of each show is the grind does not stop. Hard work pays off. If you want to get something, you got to work for it and you have to earn it. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. New York wasn't built in a day. And of course, find something that makes you happy, that you enjoy mentally, physically, and spiritually. And also be sure to find something that makes you smile, that clicks to you, so you can get yourself into your zone. Very important. Alongside with having that tunnel vision. And remember, if you have a dream, make sure you follow your goals and dreams, right? And also be sure to actually, continue to have confidence in your voice, and also be sure to, do it on a consistency basis, which is very important. That's exactly what I'm doing with my multiple podcasts right now, actually, as I speak to you folks right now. So yeah, there you have it right there, man. I'm gonna wrap this up right now. I'm off this shit. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and rocking with me and hanging with me. And of course, I'll be back in the next episode. And stay tuned for new stuff to review. and and yeah, and yeah, and also don't let anybody stop you, not your parents, not anybody with their negative views and shit. All right? Do what you do best and what makes you unique. Of course, people may not understand the stuff that you do. Of course, even my own mother doesn't understand podcasting and live streaming, which I'm making a career out of actually. But you, you know what? You know what? I'm not really here to please anybody. You can't please everybody, folks. The only person you can please is yourself. Remember that. Peace and one love, and have yourselves a nice weekend and a good night, folks. And also be careful out there. Stay liquid, and of course, lean on people, including your friends, whenever you are in a time of in a dark rut or whatever. That would be appreciated. All right, so peace and one love. Enjoy the weekend. Stay liquid. Be careful. Stay safe. And have a good night, folks.